when I try to pray, try to humble my heart, but my eyes watching something and see something wrong there, and I run away from the prayer. I pray,
Yes.
but try to fix that or try to do that. Or my ears hear something and say, oh,
Distracted. Yeah. Because the prayer is not in your heart. You haven't put
I
it there yet.
hardly try to do that.
But that's what you have to do.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes, we didn't
yes,
say the Jesus prayer in a church full of lights. There was no light except for the icon lamps. So there's a mood for prayer. Yeah? You want to relax, you don't go and lie under a neon tube, you know? You go to bed and you switch the lights off, or have a little night light maybe if you need to have a light. So you can relax, and the same for prayer. You can't expect to be praying in sort of bright lights going. I mean, it's a physical distraction.
Yeah, but you're saying when we're driving or doing something with our hands, like cooking, for example, right? There is distraction all the time.
Yes.
And actually, I'm saying the prayer when I'm driving, kind of.
Yes.
But I'm getting distracted all the time, and I'm doing it completely mechanically. Like, I don't think there's, it's not in my heart, it's not anywhere. It's sometimes in my mouth, sometimes in my head. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a part, we have to bear with it. We have to just do it. But to do the real prayer, we need to spend a time to do it. Switch off the lights or light a candle and then to pray. But to practice the prayer during the day is important because it becomes a habit. It's so important that it becomes a part of what we do.
Yeah, and then like in the morning I wake up, the first thing I do, I say my prayers. But of course, it's the morning, I have to hurry to go to work,
Yeah.
I have to do this and that,
Yeah.
so I can never be in a relaxed state. Then I come home from work, I say my prayers, then I go and start cooking. And again, I'm always in a hurry, I have like a little bit time and here and there, and yeah, I'm doing like a mechanical. I'm doing a good job doing it mechanical every day.
All right, good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Well, you're on
But
the
that's-
road, but you're struggling
Yeah, but I don't.
a bit.
I don't. I'm on the same place like, for years. But
Does Anna have the tools to know if she's staying in the same place or moving forward?
I do. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm on the same place. But I'm just not. What I'm not clear at how. So you're saying we have to say Jesus' prayer to prepare us for other prayers.
Yes.
But what do we have to say to prepare us for Jesus' prayer? See what I'm saying?
Well, that sounds very logical, but it's,
Yeah, no, but
yeah.
what I was just joking about, but what I was
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to say is that,
yeah.
I'm not ready to say Jesus' prayer either, right? Because I'm saying it with the same mechanical...
Well, when you start the prayer, you have to have physical movement. Okay, now we're getting down to the actual practical. Practical what he does, you start, if you're saying prayers Saturday night for liturgy, the communion prayers, and I do recommend actually not saying all of them, trying to do it all in one go, because you cannot concentrate, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It is impossible. Split it up. Maybe say some, and then in the morning you wake up some. It's not. What's important is that you're praying, preparing for communion. Completing the prayer gives us the impression that we're ready. Oh, I've done that, so give me communion. Well, this is nothing to do with the relationship with God, is it? The prayers are there to help us. And if we can, I always say to somebody, but they say, well, I can't say all these prayers. I say, well, find one or two that touches your heart. Which ones do you like? What's your favourite one? Oh, I like that. Yeah, well, that's the one you pray. I was told, Bishop Anthony told me in London that his spiritual father, so I'm passing on these gems, said if you can say Our Father, you've achieved a lot, because usually it's too difficult. You get stuck in it. Because you're concentrating on the prayer so much, you hardly have time to finish the prayer. You can take an hour or more just saying Otche Nash, if you're doing it properly, prayerfully. Now, don't be alarmed by that, but you start Saturday night, because we don't make prostrations on Sunday, you just say, Lord, Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sin. I'm doing that. many times, many times, many times. During the week you make full prostrations. I'm not going to demonstrate because I'm not going to get up. But, you know, it's, the body has got to be a part of the prayer. It can't be just in the mind in here. We are intellectual work. So that's difficult. So you have to train your body to respond to the prayer. And that's how we say the Jesus prayer. And you say it out loud. But not loud, but quietly, but say it. Don't try and think it. And that's another thing. Once you start, then after a while, having said it, you will be able to think it. So, first stage, second stage, third stage. Not third stage, off we go, let's try the prayer. It doesn't work like that. So it's got to be physical, and it's got to be said, until such times that you can say it inside your mind instead of, you know, out loud. You know what I mean? But it's always physical. Father sort of friend said you should do lots of prostrations, saying the prayer. I think the hard thing about the prayer is that one expects results. That's the hard thing, and so you're doing it, and then it's very easy to get emotional, and that's really not on. That's wrong, absolutely wrong, not to get emotional. I've heard people say, Jesus Christ, Son of God. I mean, I heard that at the monastery, and my father's friend, you know, get them afterwards and say, you know, we don't want it, it's not emotional. You might feel emotional, or don't, you know, and we don't want to hear it either, you know. So, I mean, he had good humour, so people weren't offended by it. But yes, some people didn't know how to say the prayer without being emotional. It's no good either. We're not doing it for effect. That's why I'm saying that if you say the prayer and you concentrate, you're going to feel warmth here in your heart. That is natural, it's physiological, it's not spiritual, but it's a part of the process.
When you say concentrate on your heart, basically physically kind of concentrate on, basically on this place here?
Yes,
that's what you're saying?
yes.
One more question.
One more.
One more.
Yep. Una.
We pray usually for our spiritual life, for our physical life, relatives, friends, church.
Ah, good. You reminded me. Okay, next lesson. I'm giving you a crash course in the Jesus prayer. Right, prayer rope. So you have your prayer rope. I don't know how many. It doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter whether it's that long. Well, actually, that's too short. But you know what I mean. It can be longer. The longer it is, the more holy you are. No, you know. But actually, when I was given 300, I thought, wow, I can't. You know, that was regularly our son Grady made that. Gave it to me. I felt it was a sort of a punishment, but in fact, no, that's what I used. But joking apart, so you say the prayer, Jesus prayer, and then when you come to the end, and you feel you can move to something else, you start saying, Virgin Mother of God, rejoice. Mother of God, save us. And you go around on the prayer rope to the Mother of God. And I like to insert names, people's names in the parish. You, all of you, here. I say the name as I go through. I don't say anything else.
Name. Like just name?
Yes. Anna. I'm praying for you. Through the Mother of God. It's not here, you see. It's here. I try and make it here. Okay? And then when I said that prayer, I say, you know, honorable in the cherubim, and finish that, then, Lord Jesus Christ of God, have mercy upon us and upon thy world. And then you can insert prayers for special things. But it's on the prayer rope, it's not here, up here in a book, it's here.
Yeah. Okay, my question, Father, is this.
No.
Well, we have to pray for the animals. Some animals.
Like who?
I think so.
No.
Good question.
They're God creation.
No.
Not?
No.
I like this animal, why don't we pray for that? Just, I like it, it's all
You like it, it's good.
That's it?
God bless, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't say the name of your
Oh, no.
or your goldfish.
What you
Goldfish. Yeah, I'm coming to. I haven't got this. Hang on. Okay, after that, you don't have to do all this, by the way. I'm just making suggestions. Then I say, Upakoi Gosti, Dusha Sochikorotovi, give rest to all the souls that have departed. And I include everybody that I know, a lot of non-Orthodox, because my relatives are non-Orthodox, and I pray that round the prayer room. How many times? I don't know. Sometimes, many, maybe many times. Then you pray to your saint. So the Prepodobis Seraphim Orgamus, and I say that on the prayer room. And other saints and saints of the day. You can be doing it all day, can you, actually? But no, I mean, you can't be realistic. But this is just a little soup song, a little example that you can use. So don't think of it just...
So when you say names, or when you pray for the departed, you don't have a list in front of you. It's just whatever God put on your heart.
Well, I have a list in my brain.
No, of course, right?
You know,
we all
because
have.
you all have. We know who you pray for.
We all have, but when
Yeah.
I say my prayers, of course I have my list. Like
Yeah.
don't read it, I remember it.
Yeah.
When I try to concentrate to not forget, and
Yeah.
I have the way of saying it.
Yeah.
But when you're doing this with the robe, are you trying to concentrate on the names, or you kind of expect that whatever God puts on your
Whatever
in your
God
heart?
puts in my heart. But I do have a list of names of people who ask me to pray for people who are not Orthodox generally. I have a list. I mean, I don't know who they are, but when I say, have mercy upon us upon thy world, and I look at my list and I read the list, then I can't go back to the prayer again. Try it.
What about breathing?
No, don't breathe.
Because there's something that
No,
some going to tell you.
no.
Yeah.
Don't, actually, because you end up in the... We're too much familiar with yoga these days. I don't recommend it. No, I'm serious, actually. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not that you have to do that under guidance of an actual physical person, spiritual father, who recommends it for you, because again, you see, it's for each person is different. The rule is for everybody, but the response is different. And if you find it's just overpowering, just read a couple of psalms. That's for relaxation in prayer. And any more questions? But that wasn't on camera, I'm glad to say.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure.
Yes. I mean, it's up to you to delete the video or not.
Oh, yeah. So Jesus' prayer is the foundation of our prayer life. And it's very important when you're out in the world to be saying it. Meetings,
Meetings are hard.
shopping. It's very important. In the checkout line-up, you can say a prayer. You don't know what people are going through on either side of you.
Even if you're in the car, I'm going to the checkout.
Oh, I know. What do you mean Bluetooth?
No.
Father, do we have to count how many times?
No,
He said
absolutely not.
many times.
That's why we have Trotsky. We have the quiet rope, so you don't know where you are until you come across something. I start with a cross. This is purely practical reasons. And when I get back to the cross, I think, okay, well, I can. Shall I carry on? Yeah, okay, I'll carry on for a bit. So I do 600. Really, I'm getting holy. And then I stop and think, no, I need to now pray for people. But no, seriously, you don't count. You just do it.
But they don't allow us there to have these things.
So you have your hand.
In the correction.
You have to do it like this.
Just go like this.
You have a hand.
Use a finger.
Fingers.
Yeah.
You have knuckles.
No, fingers. I'm using fingers.
Like
I'm
this.
not
I
able
see.
to count.
You don't have a
1, 2, 3,
prayer?
4, 2.
Do you have a prayer room?
No, not
But you're
allowed
not
one
in
in prison.
Oh, in prison.
But
Oh, yeah.
see, you don't have your knuckles.
I do that.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Stop.
I didn't realize it. But I could try.
John? Yeah.